Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Pro Dota commentary. You are watching Premier League game number 2 between XP and Navi. As you guys can see from the title score, Navi just lost their first game ever in the Premier League. Pick and span stage are well underway. XP and Navi both are probably the best teams, or by the record, they're the best teams in the Premier League, and they're duking it out today. We just saw a very convincing victory from XP, or it seems. There was some back and front struggle from game number 1. If you guys missed that game, the VODs will be available on ThePremierLeague.com, shortly after this game. Wow, that was hard to say. I'm Lumis from ThePremierLeague.com, by the way. The Premier League is hosted by Ange, sponsored by Twitch TV, and of course brought to you guys by DC. And we're going to be going right into game number 2. Invoker recently added into the CM pool. Unfortunately, we have not seen him in a professional Dota 2 match yet. I guess the European teams in general are still very afraid of this hero, and we'll be banning it. Loda's going to be banning the same ban that he did in game number 1, which was the Invoker and Chen. I mean, on the other side, it's going to be a Furion and a Broodmother. So Navi, evidently a little bit afraid of Pycat's Brood. And he was farming like a madman. He was running a truck over everyone with his farm. And Venomancer is going to be the first pickup here by the Loda squad. And no surprise here, Loda loves Venomancer as a support. And like I suggested in game number 1, Venomancer's gameplay is so nice against Navi. Navi likes to push, gank, and kill you under your tower, and then keep on pushing, right? Push down that tower. But the Venomancer, like, even if you lose a fight with the Venomancer on your team, because of the Poison Pulse, it puts them at so low HP that Navi just wanna, do we want to push? Because they're gonna be responding really quickly. Of course, Venomancer really nice with that Plague Ward defense. So they're opting over Venomancer instead of Night Stalker, instead of Anti-Mage. This is how much Loda loves Venomancer. And we'll have to see. Does it proceed over Night Stalker though? That's a very good question. Does it proceed over Anti-Mage? Loda says yes. Fanboys out there say no. But we'll see. How will Puppy respond to this? Puppy is in the first slot. I do believe Havos is the second slot, and Arzart is going to be the third slot. Windrunner is going to be open pick and Anti-Mage. So Navi is going to go into an Anti-Mage pick themselves. I feel that Anti-Mage pick can be easily exploited by teams that know exactly what they're doing. I'm pretty sure XP does. Let's see if they're going to go into one of their more familiar strat of picking a lot of healers and like a Dragon Knight and go for a mid-game push. That is definitely viable here and possible here by Loda. Or they're going to go for a little bit more burst DPS. Ancient Aberration plus a Void is a freaking answer against Anti-Mage. Chronosphere plus AA Blast just kill the Anti-Mage within the Chrono. But we'll have to see Loda taking his time here. Of course, on the dash side, pick up the Anti-Mage. Might be going with a Lich as a secondary support or a Crystal Maiden. In which case, you could double lane the Anti-Mage mid. Or you could put him on the bot. Windrunner most likely will be playing as a solo long lane. Or the solo mid position. I've never really seen Navi use their Windrunner as a support role. So that's not what I'm going to be expecting this game. Looks like Loda is going to be going to the Faceless Void, and is Ancient Aberration going to be the pickup here, or is it going to be the Lich? Both of them really nice as a support. No, it's going to be a TIE Hunter. Very interesting. So, opting to pick up all the big AoE ultimates here to really scare away what Navi's going to get. Yeah, like suggested earlier, Void is a very decent counter pick against Anti-Mage. Because of the Chronosphere, will lock him down for a long duration. And you could just rail that Anti-Mage to death. Now, Anti-Mage does have quite a bit of high survivability in terms of having high armor. He's going to have high spell shield resistant, 50% to be exact. Of course, he's going to be getting a Vanguard. He might be getting a Vanguard. So that's going to be a little bit damage block in that case as well. So quite a bit of survivability. Anti-Mage to really make up for his low, strength growth. Will Navi pick up a Vengeful Spirit to use the swap defensively? That is the question. Yep, there is a Vengeful Spirit, as Puppy senses that they will need an extra, I guess, survival skill for that Anti-Mage. And if they could swap the Anti-Mage out of the Chronosphere, they could proceed with the team fight very nicely. And I do believe Loda right now have to go back in terms of picking up a couple of stuns. Shadow Shaman is going to be the banner. I was going to say Shadow Shaman will be a very decent pick for Loda here, but maybe they're well, evidently they know they're not going to be picking it themselves, so they're going to be banning it. So in terms of laning, we might see some sort of tri-lane here of the Venom Void and the Tidehunter. Not the best tri-lane, but does have quite a bit of slow to work with. Every one of these heroes have a slow. Time Walk, yes, it will give you a slow on the enemy hero, so that's 9. Lich is going to get banned here on the enemy side, and that's a very, very curious ban, considering that we don't really need another support here on the XP land. I think Ancient Apparition would be a better ban because they would need a solo mid. Ancient Apparition solo mid in conjunction with the Tidehunter, or excuse me, in conjunction with the Chronosphere from the Void, is a very, very stable pick in the professional scene. So, second time today we're going to see XP banning the Enchantress. Or actually, it was Na'Vi that banned the Enchantress last game. My apology on that. So, evidently both teams a little bit worried about jungling play. Especially early game jungling play that transitioned into a push, which is exactly what Na'Vi love to do. So a couple choices here from Na'Vi after the ban stage. I think they should ban the A. They can pick into something like a Black Hole from the Enigma. They do have Puppey, so that's kind of his hero. Right now, not the most dangerous stuns here. Puck is going to be the man here from Na'Vi. A little bit worried about that Dream Coil combo. Dream Coil Raining Rift. And let's see how XP is going to respawn here. They still don't have many stuns. Ravager is a stun, but that stun has about like 150-second cooldown. So you can't be using it in a small scale ganks. Enigma is going to be the pick here, so they're going to go all crazy AoEs here. As Enigma will give them a 4-second Black Hole. And of course a very reliable Malefice stun. Malefice against Anti-Mage will not keep him in place. He will have time to blink out. So that's not the most reliable stun against Anti-Mage, but it's a stun. It's something to start. Of course, it will give them some nice laning as well. You can put Enigma in the jungle. You can put him as a long lane solo. He's definitely very suitable for that as well. We'll see how they're going to go from here. But now it's going to put a lot more stress on that Ventral Sphere. Who do you swap? Do you swap the Void, or do you swap the guy who gets initiated on by the Chronosphere, or do you swap the Enigma? It seems like XP says it don't matter who you swap because we got 2 more spells to really control your entire lineup. And XP just all out for team fights, but not really suffering in terms of laning that much. They have great counter pushing mechanism in the Plague Wards. They have good pushing mechanism in the Plague Wards and Demonic Conversion. So that they're not losing into the pushing game either. The only big weakness on the Radiant squad is they don't have really good spells that you can spam a lot. Most of these spells are really long on the cooldown. If the dire side choose to fight team fights very rapidly and in high frequency, XP might be in a tough spot. But that's up to that's up to Na'Vi to exploit this, and we're gonna see Dandy Storm, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best storms in the European scene right now. And Storm is a very, very good counter pick against Enigma, because it doesn't matter how many people Enigma catches in the black hole. All Storm Spirit need to do is zip behind him and immediately pull, and there goes that 4-second disable. So that literally forces Enigma to go a blacking bar, which he's going to have a tough time farming. He's going to take a while to farm it. So that's going to be a very decent counter pick till the mid game. And Storm Spirit is a very decent survivor. Storm Spirit is a very high impact hero, and Storm Spirit does not care about cooldown. So he could choose team fights whenever and however he wants. And that's exactly what Na'Vi needs against these high cooldown spells. If you can sense that the Radiant team has cooldown on the Black Hole, Ravage, and whatever else, you go for a gank, you could go for a Roshan. And Na'Vi Storm Spirit is a hero to do just that. If you look at the dire side, all these spells are very low on the cooldown. And second time again, we're going to see XP picking into a Dazzle. Dazzle plus Void is crazy stuff. Not just about the Grave, I'm talking about the Weave. The Weave is so underestimated in Dota in general. It's one of the best ultimate in the game because it just silently just drops your armor and you don't even know. You know, if you see like Epicenter coming, if you see a Ravage coming, you see the full impact of those spells. The Weave is just so silent and so dangerous that by the time you realize what's going on, you're dead. So that's the silent danger of that Weave. Looks like Fissure. The Shaker is the last pick here for the dire side, which I believe is a very good pick as well, because this is one of the few support heroes that could really utilize his range to stop a black hole, to stop a Chronosphere. Well, he's not going to stop a Chronosphere, but stunning a Void for about 2 seconds within his Chrono is very, very, very annoying for that Void. So very, very decent pick here from Na'Vi. In terms of laning, we might see a very standard anti-mage trialing top, Stormsphere mid, and Windrunner bot. We might see some sort of Windrunner and a Shaker dueling bot. That's definitely a possibility as well. Venge anti-mage dueling. That's Venge anti-mage dueling mid. That's definitely a possibility as well. Both teams are picking into the heroes. It seems like Loda will be playing the Void, obviously. Has not bought anything yet, just scouting out the trees to make sure that is all there, you know.
Prepare for battle.
Tidehunter being played by Miracle. He does have a pair of wards. Make sure that I'm tab back into Dota 2. Pycat gonna be playing solo mid Dazzle. I've been calling this every time Dazzle's picked. I'm like, you need EXP on that Dazzle. You need EXP on the Dazzle. And finally we're gonna get some EXP on Dazzle. And the reason I really love the reason that I really like Dazzle on a solo mid position is because if you look at all his spells, especially his Grave, right, they're all so good and you want to max all of them. Again, especially Grave, because you see the cast range goes to 1,000 at level 4, and look at the cooldown at 15 seconds at level 4. It's just absolutely insane as a spell if you level it up. And unfortunately for a Dazzle, most of the time he doesn't have the laning, he doesn't have the room to get that EXP. But in a solo mid position he will, and we're going to see a really big Dazzle. Also, when you get your Dazzle farm, you're going to get into your Arcane Boots, which is very vital to cast every single one of its spells. And also you're going to get enough survivable items to last long enough to make a big impact in the game. So good things happen when you solo that Dazzle, and looks like we're going to have a trialing bottom.
Haste.
Unless they're just, yeah, I guess they're just roaming around. Yeah, we're going to have a trialing bottom for the Radiant side, which is very standard. Aki on the Venomancer, Loda on that Void, and who's playing the Tidehunter? Miracle, I already said that. Who's playing top though? It looks like it is going to be Pinoy. Going to be playing solo top. Good move by him. Going to deny the first creep wave, and then going to go back into the Fountain to regen all his mana, and then going to go back on the top lane. He knows that he's not going to get any EXP in the first place anyways. The question is, will Navi has a pair of counter ward ready? Vengeful Spirit? No, he does not. So this camp got blocked off. Generally, in nowadays, it's very common to get the first pair of Sentry Ward because you know they're going to be blocking off your camp. It looks like Navi's going to be doing a little bit of creep pulling with this camp. It's going to be slightly more difficult, but it's definitely doable. Let's see if they're going to do it. They're going to try. Here comes a pull. And they're going to pull a range creep and a couple of melee creeps. So nicely done. It's going to deny some EXP here. But the Enigma is going to slowly deny with his demonic conversion, so he doesn't really care too much, at least not for now. Back in the mid lane here, it's going to be Dendi on the Storm against a Pycat. Looks like both guys have traded a lot of hits. But I do believe Pycat's going to have the advantage. Yes, his hero has 600 range. And if Dendi ever wants to go into melee range to drop off a Remnant, that Shadow Weave will hurt quite a bit. Because every time it bounces off a creep, it does a little bit of extra damage. And here comes Tidehunter. He is not seen, I don't believe. And that's, yep, there's a slow on Dendi. There's going to be a gush on him as well. A lot of minus armor, a lot of DOT damage. Going to force Dendi back. Dendi already used the salve. And he's nowhere near his magic bottle. He's going to have a tough time getting up there. Light of Heaven on a Windrunner, not getting a single point of that experience just yet, but he will get some right now. Very crucial for him to pick up big points into the XP. If he hits level 5, he's going to be A-okay. And the reason I'm saying that it's important for him to get XP is because if Loda and the rest of the XP squad decides to go for a big push, right? What is Windrunner actually going to do against that big push? Nothing. He can't do anything. He can use a power shot, but if the power shot is very low level, he's not going to counter push at all. But if he picks up level 5, he will have the extra mana pool, and more importantly, the high level enough of the power shot to really make it work. Regeneration Rune got picked up by the Shaker, but unfortunately for him, got cancelled immediately by a Poison Touch, so he's really low in terms of HP as well. Pino getting, what is his level point? He's level 2.5, but he's going to continue denying, and then continuing using the Clarity to field his demonic conversion usage. So slowly we're going to see this Equilibrium pull towards the Radiant side, but right now the supports on Navi doing a very good job to pull and whatever else to really prevent them, to delay that as long as possible. Anti-Mage doing a very good job denying creeps as soon as they hit half HP to really prevent the creep Equilibrium being pushed down. But right now Pino getting some points of EXP, as we have the similar points of EXP for that Windrunner. The Radiant side should be doing a fairly better job in terms of stacking the pool, because they really need to deny a lot of EXP to Light of Heaven. Light of Heaven has a Ring of Status, or he can have the goal to upgrade it to a Ring of Status, but I think in this case it might be better to upgrade for a Boots of Speed first, because that's going to give him better survivability. We have to wait and see as we see two supports coming on the mid lane, but unfortunately for them, they smoked right here. And I do believe the Radiant side, or Pycat, should be aware of it. But Shaker coming off of Rome is very dangerous because of that range. That will allow at least a Vengeful Spirit to walk in position and grab off a Magic Missile as well. A combination of an Electric Vortex and a pull. That might be enough to get a kill on Pycat, who does not have mana for Grave. No, he does, he does. There's a Magic Missile. Where's the Fissure? There's a nice Fissure. Where's the pull though? There's a pull. Can they bring him down? He does have Grave. It's going to pop out the Grave, and it looks like Vengeful Spirit cannot really sustain tower damage. And Pycat's going to be fine. And actually, he's going to go on the offensive on the Shaker. Very bold move by him. He does have the Magic Bottle. Let's see if he's going to be using a little bit of bottle curling. Indeed, he is. The Crow is flying back into mid lane without any items on it.
Haste.
Navi, for a second game in a row, very strong control on that rune. He is hasted up. And looks like he's going to be looking for a backstab. Maybe sensing that yellow was going to be going back. Unfortunately, he did not realize he was going to be doing Bottle Crow. He's going to run into a couple of guys here. Did you have wards seeing completely all of this? And then he says, well, maybe not a good choice to keep running in. Very, very tame early game here as both teams 0-0. And it's just nothing but farming so far. So let's take a little bit of time to check out the farming here as we see 31 and 12. Look at the 12-9 on Havos. That's really cutting down into Enigma's EXP. 28 on 29 on Loda, so fairly even in terms of farm, but the deny is a world of difference on the carry here. 12 on Pycat. Stormstorm got 15, and pretty much the same farm. We have Enigma with 4 and 7 denies here, and Windrunner with 9. So I guess for the most part, we have a slight edge on Navi's farm. But again, nothing really to be too big to talk about. Here we go, Boots. Nope, Magic Wand going to get picked up here by Pycat. Still keeping his Magic Bottle, very field. Stormstorm going to be coming in with a Clarity Potion in preparation with level 6. And once he hits level 6, I wonder what he's going to keep staying on the mid lane or start ganking. He does have quite gankable targets, especially on the top lane. That Enigma very weak in terms of HP right now. It is nighttime. Shaker and Vengeful Spirit are doing a very good job keeping the rune control. They do find an Invis rune on the top lane. Stormstorm will gladly pick that one up. He just hit level 6. Boots of Speed not coming just yet. It is still in the stash. And he can go for a gank, and I wonder whether he's going to use this Invis. He's going to take it under the gaze of a Radiant Ward. So there should be no surprise for the Radiant. And it looks like I think Navi may be sensitive as well. It's like, then he's like, I'm going to go back in mid lane and farm a little bit. Pycat slowly but surely getting that EXP. He's level 6 already. Back on the top lane here, Anti-Mage, level 6. Has picked up a single point into his spell shield for a little bit of extra survivability, but putting everything else into Break and Blink. A little bit creep pulling going on the top lane. Both teams very, very tame. So this is time to check out how the long lane is doing. Because Windrunner right now 4.5. And Enigma on the top lane here 3.5. Windrunner about to hit 5. So you can say Navi is having a laning advantage as well. Because no one's really dying. Anti-Mage is farming more. And Windrunner got more EXP. And her tower is going to be absolutely fine. She could toggle that Ring of Besace on to get her creeps a little bit more armor bonus. Of course, Power Shot always there. A level 5 Power Shot always there to really stop the push coming their way. So I think they're absolutely fine. Let's see if the Radiant team will still transition to a push. I don't think they can. All eyes on Dendi right now because he's the most explosive hero on the map. And let's see he's going to be using it to set up a couple of ganks. So far still holding to that Invis rune. Looks like the Boots is coming now. We have a TP scroll on the Crow. Looks like he did not.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like they are going to go for a push on the bot lane. Serpent wards are put down. And here we go. Storm Spirit in position. Shaker coming in position as well. No wards to see it right now. And Storm Spirit Invis. I think they are going to go for Pycat. There's going to be pulled. They got to chain send this one perfectly. And I think they are going to make it. Are they? No. Grave on Pycat. Unfortunately, he is blocked. He's going to try to do as much damage as possible. I think he's going to go down to the first blood. Who's going to pick it up? That's the question. The creeps might do it. He's very, very low. He will have Shadow Weave coming on the cooldown. The second magic missile is going to give the first blood to our Vengeful Spirit. Then you're going to pick up the 8-minute rune, and here we go. The impact play is going to happen right now. Unfortunately for our Enigma friend on the top lane, still level 3.5. He is just too afraid to walk in the lane, and rightfully so, because Anti-Mage could blink right in and burn 60 mana per pop, and that's very dangerous. Haste Rune is going to come right in for that TIE Hunter. He's going to take some damage under tower. Can he get off the pool? If you get double teleportation, so coming right in, there is a stun. Chronosphere on 2. Nicely done. They got focus on the Storm Sphere. I don't think that's a great choice, but look at that weave doing mad amount of damage. And they're not going to get a kill on Storm, but they are going to get a kill on that Vengeful Spirit. Faceless Void picks that one up. It drew 2 teleport scrolls. So he's going to lose a little bit of farm in that regard, and a whole bunch of mana as well. He's going to walk all the way back to the bot lane. No, he's going to give the Venomancer a little bit of farm. And this is a very good characteristic move of XP. They always give the Venomancer slightly farm, even when the carry is not getting the lane. Like Venomancer, we know that you're a very EXP dependent hero. We want you to max your wards. We want you to get your level 11 ult. So here we go. Here's the lane for a bit. And Venomancer is going to probably get every single last hit in this lane as well, because those Mass Serpent wards are no joke when it comes down to last hitting. Well, I won't call it last hitting, but you guys know what I mean. Back on the top lane here, Anti-Mage getting the free farm of his life. Treads and Midas. Very interesting choice. There's a blink and there's the pull. Anti-Mage gets up that kill for free. And with that Midas, he's farming literally out of control at this point. How are we doing? 70 and 19 in 10 minutes. He's farming 7 creep kills a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 8 creep kills in a minute, in a wave. And he's farming 7 of them. Havo says, if you're going to let me free farm, I will just free farm. He's got a really early Midas. He's got a really early Power Treads. And I wonder if it's going to be going into a Battle Fury. Seems like it. Ring of Hellfrost? I mean, obviously you can go into a Vanguard, but don't think you want to go into a Midas into a Vanguard. And oh, that TIE Hunter is going to be in trouble. But Light of Heaven's going to be in trouble first as they get a kill here. Shackle Shot does hit 2 heroes. Shaker looking for position for a fissure. He's not going to really find anyone. And he's going to just offensively walk into lane and farm. He does have a teammate in the back of him in the form of a Vengeful Spirit. But really, they need a Storm Spirit to really make those big ganks happen. Storm Spirit still staying in the mid lane as Pycat is. Pycat almost turning at level 8. Oops, Storm Spirit got a kill on the top lane. Sorry for missing that one. I got juked by that illusion rune on the bot. Unfortunately, the real Storm was on the top lane, getting yet another kill on Pinoy. It looks like the top tower will get picked up by the Anti-Mage. Yes, indeed. Nicely done. So Anti-Mage, 2 hero kills, or 1 hero kill, a hero assist, a tower push down, and about 80 creep kills in 11 minutes. This might be an issue for XP. In fact, no, it's going to be a big issue. And here we go. We're going to have a gank on that Void. I don't really think they could get the kill. There's a leap out from the Void. And unless they hit a big Shackle Shot, which that one missed. And here we go. Void, does he have the Chronosphere? He doesn't have the mana to do so. Switch your Trust to end. No, he won't even have enough to switch even after he switches in. They trade a support 1 for 1 right now. It looks like Winran's going to back out just fine. Okay, now we're sure that's Hovos. But Hovos last game played a Crystal Maiden. Unless they switch tack between teams. Looks like Loda got picked off from a gank of Na'Vi. Looks like Dendi being at the right place at the right time. After he hits level 6, he never really stayed in the mid lane for any longer than possible. Got 2 kills on the top lane, a kill on the bot, and these are high impact kills. Getting a kill on the Void, and of course getting 2 kills on the Anti-Mage. Excuse me, on the Enigma. Very, very important. It looks like Mirga gonna go for a kill. We're gonna dodge that, and the salve gets cancelled, but it looks like Mirgo's gonna go down. Mirgo just feeds a kill to the Storm. I don't think that's good for XP right now, as they're down by 5 kills. Anti-Mage picks up a kill on the top lane as well, and it looks like XP is just having a meltdown, as Na'Vi is just dominating this stage of the game yet. Now, of course, XP does have the team fight going for them. Every single one of their heroes have big AoE ultimates. So losing this early stage of the game is a concern, but it's not at the end of the world yet. Especially if they could gather together and go for a big team fight. they could, easily raise that 5 kill deficit and go for even a tower 2 push. But right now, they're very, very far away from that. Loda going for Treads, and of course, Battle Fury after this. After this, going to go for Black King Bar and then Mask of Madness, or maybe Mask of Madness and then Black King Bar. Very standard build. But right now, the good thing going for Na'Vi is that their supports, despite their roaming, they're getting quite a bit of EXP because the kills are just flying their way. Shaker's 4.5, just roaming. Vengeful Spirit, how are we doing in terms of levels? Where's Vengeful Spirit? 6 already. Kill goes on the top lane. My bad for missing that one. They zipped in for a miracle. Might be in a little bit of trouble as we see a Gale go on Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage immediately blinks out. Can they chase him down? Stormspirit very low in terms of mana and HP. But he did not get hit by the Gale, so he's going to be absolutely fine. Enigma goes down once again. He's just having a tough game. He's just a level 6. The roaming Venge is higher level than him. And probably has boots of speed already. Yep, roaming Venge has boots. And Enigma just picked it up right now. As we see Haste Rune being picked up by Dandy. Na'Vi is just controlling the runes so nice. Both these games. I haven't seen a single rune really being picked up by the XP squad. Every time before the rune spawns, you just have 2 supports on one side of the rune, and then you just go into the other side of the rune, and just make sure to get every single rune. And that's just going to allow Dandy to really stay in the lane for a long time. He does have a smoke, so we'll be going for another gank. Meanwhile, Black Hole on 3 or 4, no, just on the Windrunner. And the Vengeful Spirit, I think they're going to get a kill. A single leap is going to do it. Visor a little bit late here. Double kill goes to Enigma. I think he would really want to give it to the Void instead, but unfortunately he picked up himself. That's going to give him a little bit of extra gold. I wonder what's going to go into. I think Mecha is going to be the choice. Although Dazzle might be going in Mecha himself, so no really Mecha parts being farmed on either side yet. Here comes Dandy, going to focus on Peanut. Peanut goes down. A second kill attempt here goes on Miracle. He does about have 1 mana for 1 more zip. No, he's going to back off for now. But Dandy is just really getting free kills on these supports. On the top lane here, Havo's not letting up any points of pressure. He will have his Battle Fury in just about 200 gold. And we're sitting at 15-minute minus stress Battle Fury. And I have no idea, really, how XP is going to deal with that Anti-Mage. He is just going big right now. Dandy is playing exceptionally well today, as expected. So up there for double, no Talisman, no real no real indication whether it's going to be going Black King Bar or Orchid. I think Black King Bar would be a decent choice against all this magical damage. Although I said that in the last game as well, and we saw them definitely going for Orchid first. Loda was playing the Storm Spirit back in game number 1. Here we go. Gonna be all eyes on the Storm Spirit. Don't want to miss any more kills, because I've been missing some early on. It looks like he is going to be going in the top lane, but he is going to run into Observer Ward and a couple of Radiant Heroes. Is he going to go for the mid lane? That's the question. Aki already in position to drop off those wards. He is level 8. It looks like they do realize Storm Spirit is behind them. Very good map awareness. Looks like he's going to jump nonetheless and focus right on Aki. A single stun's going to do it. A couple more hits. No one's going to do the hit. Windrunner maybe get the last hit. No, unfortunately, he's not going to do so. Vengeful Spirit's going to get focused. He's going to go down. Storm Spirit maybe still going for it. No, Storm Spirit out of mana at this point here. Windrunner trying to run out. Shackle Shot on 2 here. Will they have another Gush? There's a slow. Gush is coming off cooldown in just about a couple of seconds. I don't think they even need it. A single jump from Void is going to do it. Or maybe the Gush. Nice Visor, but unfortunately the offensive earn from Highcat is going to get the job done. Look at Dandy. He's going to just get the kill. Can he get TP scroll up? TP scroll cooling down in just a couple of seconds. No Blink Dagger from our Enigma friend just yet, so he's not going to find Dandy. But Dandy taking a lot of tower focus. Nope, looks like Anti-Mage tanking it on the top side here. Oh, here comes Dandy. Dandy's going to take a lot of damage from that Malefice. Here comes the Tie Hunter. There's going to be Earn, and if a Gush goes on him, unfortunately, mana all getting burned by Anti-Mage. Nicely done helping his teammate. Now that looks like the poison goes on Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage blinks out, which, by the way, he has that Battle Fury finished in 16 minutes or so. So Storm Spirit ruffling all over the map, getting kills like no one's business. So like, Aki, I saw you escape. Don't think you could run off my radar. I got target acquire on top of you. And he did. Aki's like, yo bro, man, can you calm down? Arcane Boots is up on our Earthshaker. Vengeful Spirit on full support duty and ward duty. Good thing to see the 2 supports on the mid lane getting some points of EXP. Shaker, unfortunately, though, only level 6 at this point. I was commending that he was getting a lot of points of EXP earlier on, but really need to dedicate at least a minute or two free farm for that Shaker to get like maybe level 8 or 9. Start working on that Blink Dagger. And it looks like Anti-Mage gets a... Did I say I'm not going to miss any more kill? Okay, I really mean it now. Really going to follow Dandy because that's the player to follow and not the Shaker farming the mid lane. My bad.
Over here now.
Dandy trying to pick up that Invis rune, and looks like Marigold just runs right by it. I'm not too sure Marigold was doing. He had to pick up that Invis rune. He's probably going to get a single pull is going to do a swap on him as well. Fissure is going to make sure to get the kill. Not even necessary. Invis rune gets popped right after that. Stormster picks up yet another kill. We're seeing a 6-kill lead here for the Radiant side. But if you're XP fan, do not give up hope yet. Again, their lineup is centered around a team fight, and they haven't started a team fight yet at all. Still in the back foot of thing as we see. Faceless Voice still don't have that Battle Fury just yet. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage adds yet another item to his pool. It is going to be a Yasha. And this Anti-Mage farm is just... We're seeing a 4k gold lead. 6 tower up. Or excuse me, 6 hero kills up. How many towers are they leading by? Tower count's completely even. As we're going to see yet another... gank? No, we're going to see a tower push on the bot lane. Let me see how the Anti-Mage is doing in terms of farm. I'm not sure. We are all very curious. 4-0, 160 in 20 minutes. That's 8 a minute. And we have like, what? 10 creeps in a wave? Now, obviously, some of it was the neutral creeps, but still. Anti-Mage might get ganked. They're going to use a Poison Nova Black Hole for that Anti-Mage. They really want him dead. And damn, rightfully so. Pycat picks up a dominating streak score, so that's 200 extra bonus gold, but more importantly, that's about a minute of farm time that Anti-Mage is going to lose. Never mind the 200 or 300 gold that he lost. But that was a huge gank on that Anti-Mage. Even though they used every single ultimate, it was worth it. It was worth it. It looks like they're going to transition into a top push. And right now, Navi is gladly going to trade a top tower for the bot. Unfortunately, we're going to have a defensive play from XP. Going to be opting to defend their tower instead. Good choice. Good choice. Void is going to be picking up his Voice Stone now. I see Dazzle and the Enigma solo pushing. With Illusion's Demonic Conversion. Looks like they did not go for a trade. They just got a free tower. A clean free tower. That Anti-Mage kill had a lot of ramification. A tower defended, a tower pushed. And again, a hero kill, so that was huge. And of course, that stopped his Midas for a bit as well. Really, when you're using a Midas, you're in a loss, you're in a deficit until you use that Midas for a bit. Still no Midas from our friend here. It's gonna be popping on big creep. There you go. And the reason that some players would like to use a Midas on big creeps, even though if you pop it on a smaller creep, it will still give you the same gold bonus. Midas also give you a 2.5 times experience of the creep you kill. So if you pop it on a bigger creep, obviously you get more experience, and that experience will be multiplied. So Anti-Mage caring a little bit more about experience in this point, and I do agree with this decision because look at he's already really far. It don't matter if he's making 80 more gold, but it does matter if he's hitting level 25 very soon, right? So we're gonna have a push on the bot lane here, being led by Loda. He does have his Chronosphere. He's level 18. Looks like we have a zip here from Dandy. Just seeing what's up.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Me on the top lane here, Anti-Mage picked off a tower on himself, so trading towers here and there. Loda still no Battle Fury though. He's just a mile behind. There's a Battle Fury. He's got another 2.5k gold. So is it going to be the Mask of Madness or is it going to be a Blacking Bar? We'll see. And this is let's see how well Loda's going to farm. A very odd game for both XP and Na'Vi because these are some of the most aggressive teams to date playing Dota 2, but both teams opting for late game heroes as they're all just farming. Oh, look at the damage output. Loda is just getting out DPS. There's no Mana Jump anymore. Mana Void gets used, and he's just going to stay his ground and go for the kill. Wow, Loda. Ballsy play. Almost got it, too. As Anti-Mage was one hit away, one bash away. And then both guys having a good laugh about it. Really, excuse me, XP was, Loda was just, I guess it was just unlucky because he had, backtrack, he had bash going for him, and he just needed one more. So that was nothing but luck, but Anti-Mage was really ahead in terms of items, so, really. Here we go, looks like they are trying to get a push on the mid lane. I don't think they could really do it, especially without their Void. But looks like they're going to try anyways. Gotta be very careful if the Pycat gets swapped. He's dead. Looks like Stormster will be, or Anti-Mage will be backstabbing. Are they getting, Black Hole! Black Hole Ravage! Poison Nova! And Black Hole just for use Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage's gonna be fine. Gets a swap out. Echo Slam onto. Shaco Shot onto. It looks like Pino gets great, but he's gonna be dead eventually. Stormster will find you. I think he might be okay. Fisher's gonna be, actually, Shirley's gonna get picked off, and here comes a Stormster. He's gonna find everyone. Anti-Mage gonna go for a jump. This is a very questionable choice. Chronosphere on the Anti-Mage. Can he get off the kill? I don't think he can. There's a pull, and he actually might get picked off. This might just be the game. A team wipe. Triple kill goes on Anti-Mage. I have no idea why XP chose to fight that without their Void. It looked pretty good when they dropped every single spell on the Anti-Mage, but Anti-Mage with us 50% magical resistant was able to survive. And he cleaned up afterwards. Where does XP go from this? They're down in farms, they're down in tower kills, they're down in hero kills. Again, they do have the teamfight potential, but they're so far not choosing it to use it in their fullest potential. They're fighting 4v5s instead of 5v5s. Loda using his time to 1v1 against Havos. Now Havos with the Manta Style, another 2800 gold in the bank. After he finishes Butterfly, I think the game is just over. I don't think even Void could really deal with him after he has that 30% evasion. Void's gonna keep on farming. Looks like he's gonna be opting for Manta Style as well instead of any lifesteal. As we see both teams gonna be running into each other. Do you think Havos has 1k gold per minute? It's close. Let's check, right? We have a menu to check that for. Nope, a little bit. 600 gold per minute.
Invisibility.
Drums up on the Shaker. Very interesting. Generally, Shaker do not go for drums. Generally opting for things like Force Staff or Blink Dagger. Here we go. Anti-Mage going to be leading the push. And he know he cannot be brought down. Eagle Horn on her, what is it called? Eagle Song in Dota 2. Eagle Song on our Anti-Mage. And look at his damage output. It's just absolutely insane. Just railing on the tower. No one's business. Free tower goes to Anti-Mage. As we see, Stormster picks off Tidehunter on the bot lane here. Black King bars up. It's gonna one hit, gets off a kill here. I think we're gonna see a very early GG in this game. Weave goes on the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage does not care. And Chronosphere did not hit the Anti-Mage. And look at these illusions just going to town right now. Echo Slam being dropped. Pycat's gonna go down. Pino is gonna go down as well. One more Blink's gonna do it from the Anti-Mage. Nice bash! Gonna get the kill! Look at Loda overwalking with the bash, but he's gonna get picked off. But trading 1 for 1 is actually okay. If they don't lose their racks, I say that's an okay trade. Here we go, another teleportation scroll back, and can they pick off the Venge? There's a Ravage! They're gonna pick off the Venge, and they're gonna pick off the Tidehunter as well. Black Hole on 2! Buyback from a Void! Nicely done! We're gonna have another jump to slow down Light of Heaven. Jump, jump. No jump. Gonna get the kill there as well. So that actually was pretty decent for XP. They're still down by 10 kills. They're still down by a whole bunch of towers. But they got a kill, another kill on the Anti-Mage. Loda had to buy back, but he got a couple more kills after that, so he's going to get some free farm now. XP showing some ray of hope. Maybe it was a little bit early for McCall to scream that GG. Again, they still have the teamfight potential, but very unfortunate, I guess, for Loda that he did not get the EXP for all the kills. I think Ty got like 1 or 2, and here we go, Stormstrid. Gonna be saying hi to Loda for a bit. Black King Bar is up on the Stormstrid, and he was going to town earlier. And the question is, how do you deal with this BKB Storm? Chronosphere does go through it. Black Hole does go through it. But Dendi is just trying to catch like a fish with your bare hand. He just slips away. And whoa! Look at Storm, man. What is he doing? He had a regen. Look at Dendi. He's just trolling, man. Oh, bash! One hit bash! One hit bash! Go for it, Loda! Where the bash is at? Where the bash is at? There's no bash! The gods of Dota! Ice Rocks! Oh, Chronosphere. Just for Dendi. One stun is all they need. Yeah, they're gonna get it. The gods of Dota, Ice Rock was not smiling on Loda just yet. It seems like Na'Vi feels like they are in a very big position to win this game, and they might be not really. Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, what is going on with the team? They just picked up Anti-Mage. They just no more Chronosphere, so really they cannot take the Anti-Mage on a heads-on fight. But after that Dendi feed, it was literally a feed. They're gonna lose yet another tower. This might be what EXP needs to come back in this game. Shaco shot on Loda. And I do believe XP should play safe and back off for now. Because here comes that anti-mage. You don't want to mess with that. Uh-oh. Just run, guys. Just run. The two illusions pwns all Loda's mana pool. Of course, it's the game, even after that death on the Stormsphere, still very much so in the lead on the dire side. Because Havos be farming non-stop. Butterfly is incoming. Yes, indeed. And let's see how we're doing in terms of gold. It's about 600, 700 per minute. The gold earned, total gold earned, we're leading by quite a bit here on our anti-mage. Anti-mage, in fact, is out farming like 3 of the players combined on XP. Gold difference chart. A healthy 12,000 gold lead. But again, things could turn very fast and very different because we have these big AoE team fights. It doesn't matter if you're farming better if you lose the team fights. Here we go, the Radiant team is smoked up. They did it without the sight of the dire side. And they are going to go for a kill. They do see the Shaker. Shaker, uh-oh. Bash! Bash! Chronosphere, oh! Actually, anti-mage right in, and that may be a very dangerous Ravage! Black Hole! There's a Black Hole on two! Loda's gonna do the right click. Oh, Dendi goes down as well, but here comes Anti-Mage. Who's gonna stop him? After all of that, no one, and he's just going to down Loda, unable to blink away, and he's gonna try to trade the right clicks. Unfortunately, unable to do so. Pycat should have graved Loda. Unfortunately, he graved himself, or he was stunned at that point. Oh man, that Shaco shot on Loda was absolutely huge because the Black Hole was on 2 and Loda was about to kill the Anti-Mage. Shaco shot on top of him, unable to do so. Again, these team fights can turn around very quickly, but I don't think Na'Vi will give them the chance to do so. He still had the Aegis, so even if they kill the Anti-Mage once, they would have been absolutely fine. It looks like the bot racks will just get destroyed. Very anticlimactic, even though Na'Vi was not playing the best, they were just overwhelmingly at better items, better levels. Even though they got initiated on, it is Na'Vi that's going to take this game, it seems. Bot racks goes to Avos right now, and it looks like they're going to go to the mid racks. And this anti-mage is almost unstoppable at this point.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Oh my god, look at those hits. Uh-oh, here comes the, look at that fissure right on top of that. They are going to kill Venge. They are, maybe they can kill Goliath Heaven as well. Lotus forced to jump out right here. Fissure comes in with a Blink Dagger and Anti-Mage right back in the fight with the help of Dendi. Uh-oh. What a Shackle. And they're going to absolutely kill everything. Miracle. Miracle. GG's gonna be calling. Looks like Na'Vi and XP will split their best of 2 series, 1 game apiece. Navi finally losing their first game in the Premier League in game number 1.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Answers right back in a convincing win on that anti-mage.
Radiant's middle tower
I think the game was very much so decided. Once Stormsphere hit level 6, you got 2 ganks on the top lane, killed Enigma twice, pushed down his tower, and then ganked the bot lane once and killed the Void once. But at that point, anti-mage was farming like a madman already, so I guess the laning really was the trouble for XP. But anyways, it was Navi taking the second game. And really strong play here from Navi. The broadcast will be concluded. I am Luminous from DotaCommTears.com. I recently switched YouTube, as you guys see on the lower left hand corner of that. So if you guys are not subscribed to me there, please do so. And I'll let you guys know who is going to be playing it tomorrow.